Okay, welcome to video number 3. We are going to create 4 different shapes in this video. So let's create a new project. And of course, the first thing that we do when we get in here, we're going to delete Dave, sorry Dave, and save this project. We're going to save this project immediately as 4 shapes. Okay, so this should be separate from your rectangle model. We're going to do 4 shapes, enter. So that should adjust itself in just a second here. There we go, 4 shapes. So now we're able to save it. Anytime we make changes, we can come up here and click the save button. So the first thing we're going to do is make a rectangle. So hit R for your rectangle tool. Remember, we don't drag, so click and release. Boom. Go into edit mode. Let's make this 5 inches by 8 inches. So I'm going to type in 5 quotation marks this time. So it's not feet anymore like our rectangles of the last video. We're doing inches. So I have to hold shift apostrophe, which makes it those quotation marks. And then of course, comma, no spaces or anything, 8 quotation marks. So now we should create a rectangle that's 5 inches by 8 inches, hit enter, and sure enough, that small rectangle, if I zoom in on it, orbit around, get it, where I want in my screen, should be 5 inches by 8 inches. Let's go down to the end point here, try to trace out to the right a bit so that we're in line, and we're going to start a new shape. Our new shape will be a 3-inch by 3-inch square. So you can try it if you want on your own, or keep watching right now if you want to do it with me. With our rectangle tool, R, we are going to click and release. It's now in edit mode, and we release the mouse, come over to our computer with our right hand, and go 3 inches by 3 inches. So you look down in the bottom right corner, it should say 3 quotation, comma, 3 quotation, no spaces, and hit enter. And now we have a 3-inch by 3-inch square. The next thing we're going to do is learn about a new tool called the line tool, because we want to create a triangular, not a triangular prism, just a triangle. And you can see that we're not going to be able to do that with our rectangle tool. Well, we actually could, but I'll show you that. Maybe that'll be something for another video when we're editing components and editing groups. So let's create a triangle. I don't have a triangle tool, so I'm going to need to draw it by hand. So what we're going to do is select the line tool, this pencil right here. However, of course, you know me, I'm never going to come over here and click this. I'm going to hit the L. So I'm going to hit L, and now you'll notice that the pencil comes up, but it doesn't have a rectangle. Look at the difference. Here's L, here's R. It has that floating blue rectangle around it. So L is our line tool. It'll still let us kind of hover and go in line with this, so that's what I'm going to do. Again, we don't drag. Please do not drag the line tool. It's so tempting to click it like you're using Microsoft Paint or something, but everything in SketchUp is click to start, click to stop. So do not drag this, or you're going to find yourself making 20 lines by accident, okay? So let's click to start. Start coming along in our red axis. You don't want to be going down this way or up this way. Keep it on that red line. That lets you know that you're going perfectly horizontal. And let's make that have a 6-inch base. So we're going to start dragging it out in our red. Oh, let's try that again. Click, start it going in our red, and I want it to be 6 inches. So again, 6 quotation marks, enter. So that is 6 inches. Now, my line tool will automatically want me to continue on from where I've just done. However, I don't want to start my next line going up this way. I want it to be back here, going up this way. So I'm just going to reset my line tool by hitting space to get my select tool, and then L to get my line tool back. Now I can start it where I want. I want to start right here, so hover over this, and do not go up this way in your blue axis. Remember, your blue axis is vertical, so you don't want that. You want it to be going in your green axis, this way in the Z axis. Let's go that way 4 inches. So just click and release right here. Drag out in your green axis and type in 4 inches. Hit enter. Now you can connect the current line to its end point here, and you've just created a triangle. Okay, so now we have a rectangle, a square, and a triangle, and we just need one more, which is a circle. What hotkey do you think the circle might be? Well, if you guessed C for circle, you would be correct. So go ahead and get your select tool or whatever, it doesn't matter, whatever you're on. If you hit the C button, of course, you can also come over here for whatever reason. Oh, circle maybe isn't on the hotbar or on the sidebar, so you might have to go in here and come up to where it has all these different polygons and things and click circle. Of course, it's much faster, just hit the C button. circles, you have to do their radii or their radius. So if I click and release, which I've just done there, and I start pulling out, notice that red line it's giving me? That's its radius, not its diameter. So I want it to have a radius of 2 inches. So I'm just going to drag it out. See, you can see now that my radius is 4 inches. It's in edit mode. I have clicked and released, and now I'm just moving my mouse around. So with it in edit mode, I'm going to type in 2 quotation marks and hit enter. I currently have a rectangle, a square, a triangle, and a circle. And now, in order to finish off this video and finish off this assignment, we are going to dimension them. I want to show you one more thing that I hope everybody knows at this point, just because you've used a computer before in your life. But the Control Z function is undo. So if at any point you screw up and you make a mistake, you can either come up here and click back or undo, or you can just, it's much faster to hold in the Control key and then touch the Z button. If you do that, it'll undo. So for example, I'm going to dimension these. Let's go ahead and do it. Click here, More on your tools, up here to Dimensions. With your dimension active, what happens if you started it, brought it down here and like sneezed or something and accidentally clicked it, I don't know, like over here? Oh, well, dimensions is really smart, so it's actually doing it the right way. What if you, oh, I know. What if you accidentally like delete this face? So you click on here and then you hit the delete button. And now instead of having a rectangle, you've got this hollow thing. Unlike the others, which are opaque, this one, its face has been deleted. Well, if you do that and you didn't want to, Control Z brings it right back. Okay, so there it is again. I could delete it and it's not there. And if I Control Z, now it comes back. Okay, so Control Z is your best friend for when you make mistakes. Don't panic, you can undo anything. All right, almost done. Let's get this back in frame here, and then we're going to dimension all of these. So with my dimension tool selected, boom, boom, 8, that's exactly what we wanted. This should be, I can't remember, 5 by 8. Okay, let's keep going. This should be 3 by 3, or was it 3 by 3, I think. So 3, click release, drag out, click. This one's a 4 by 6, so 4 height, I believe. Yep. This should be 6 base, 6 inches base. See how that's going in my blue? I don't want that. I want it in my green. I can even change my view sometimes to make it work a little better. 6. And then lastly, I don't usually use dimension on my circles, but let's see what happens here. If I click up there, click straight down through the middle and bring it across, sure enough, a 4-inch diameter. I wonder if I could have done that with the radius, actually. If I click here, no, if I click here maybe, and will let me click in the middle? Oh, it will, cool. So maybe let's do that. Let's show me that you can do the radius and the diameter. Now before we snip this and send it off as a final product, of course we want to click save. Okay, so come up here and save the 4 shapes there. That way if anything happens or it crashes, get in the habit of doing that. So once you've got all that done, move it into your frame, come down here, you know the drill. Snip, new snip, click and drag over everything. You're going to file, save as. You're going to save this to your desktop. So if you go up here to desktop and name it 4 shapes. So this should be called 4 shapes and hit enter. That is now on your desktop. And when you browse for files for something to upload, you should have that right there that you can upload for this assignment. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.